Welcome to Emotion Revolution, home of applied emotional mastery. I'm Jennifer Day, founder and director. And emotions have been a driving force in my entire life. From I was a very little girl, I thought I had more emotions than everybody else because I seemed to feel things that nobody else around me seemed to feel. Much to my parents' dismay and uncomfortableness, I think. They put me into my room time and time again because my emotions were just too strong for them. Eventually, as I learned to maybe stuff them a bit, I also found a channel for my emotions, a way to express them, which was through dance. And so I went through my childhood with this balancing act, expressing my emotions through dance, holding them in, sometimes exploding to my parents' dismay, and then round and round again, so I went, until I became an adult and I became a professional dancer. And still I was struggling, grappling with my emotions, but able to manage them, I thought. Occasionally I'd have outbursts, maybe not as occasionally as I should have. And so I went through life. I got married, I had a child, I was a choreographer, I was a teacher, and I became more and more successful. Eventually I had a thriving dance company that was doing really, really well, and I thought everything was just wonderful until the day I found out that my husband was screwing around with my assistant and a couple of my dancers. As you can imagine, my world just collapsed. I fell apart. I ended up losing not only my marriage, but my company, my house, and I came back to England with my daughter, relatively broken, and had to start all over again. And one thing was at the forefront of my mind, and that was making sense of what had happened. Not only making sense of what had happened, but making sense of myself, my own reaction, my emotions, my ex-husband's emotions, and everybody around us. The people that stood by me, the people that turned their back on me. Understanding, why do people behave the way they do? What is it? What is this power that emotions and stress seem to have on us? And so began my search. I started by studying psychology. It was the normal thing to do, I suppose, and got my counseling qualifications. And then I began studying meditation. And then I studied one different tool, technique, system after another. And although it was all really wonderful and there were so many wonderful concepts, there was one thing that really eluded me and seemed to elude others too, and that was, how do you apply all this wonderful information in your daily life, at the breakfast table, on the run, on the go, in the moment, sitting in the office, working with people. When somebody pushes your buttons, you want to yell at your child, you want to scream or kill the person that cut in front of you in traffic. What do you do with that? How do these concepts translate? So continued my search, looking for practical applications to all these wonderful concepts. And this search took me away from England to America, eventually to Hawaii, where I ended up spending quite a few years, and actually 9 years, almost a decade, looking for, exploring and working with different techniques, different tools, different approaches, many of them that were then alternative, that are now considered quite mainstream. And my excitement grew and grew, particularly as the neuroscience field started evolving and we started understanding more and more how the brain works and the brain connects to the body and how emotions play such a significant role in all of this. And so I developed a practice to help others and myself all the time, myself as well, to learn to understand emotions better, to manage emotions better, to make emotions work for me, for us, in life, at the breakfast table, in traffic, in relationships, as you're building your career, as you're going about your life, to make it all work, to make the emotions work for you rather than against you. And I'm delighted to say that this is an ongoing practice in me and in helping people, my family, my clients, to do this, to really make emotions work for you rather than against you. And so I invite you to come back to Emotion Revolution, check in with all the information we'll keep posting here, and to connect with me if you feel so moved, so I can help you too to learn to understand and manage your emotions better so that your emotions are working for your life. Thank you so much for watching ERTV.